NaNoJouMo 2016 by Creative Katie. That's me, Karen Birchall. Take time to hit the subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner. Now this NaNoJouMo is a little bit different. I spent studio time, but this time I was just getting backgrounds ready using my Gelli print and thought I'd share how I do that.
Hi everybody, Karen Birchall, Creative Katie. What you see here are some of the gorgeous Gelli prints that I pulled in our marathon Gelli printing that we had here the other day. And my plan to use these, because they're 5x7, is to use them for backgrounds on ATCs or tags. So I thought I'd show you a way to decide what part of the Gelli print you would like to use to cover your ATC. So I'll just have a piece of manila tag here. You can use recycle old file folders, go to an office nearby and ask if they're throwing out any file folders or any of that kind of stuff. Recycle, reclaim, do whatever you can to get that. So I have some tags. I'm going to do the various sizes. This was the iCAD size, my repurposed flashcard. And I have my tags here. And what I also have is my ATC size. So I'm going to basically make a window where I can put it over top of a Gelli print or a page that I simply don't like, it just didn't quite go where I want, to find the perfect part of that Gelli print or what have you. So I'm going to try to do it all on this one piece. Basically make a viewer. That's what I have here. So if I take a Gelli print of whatever, some design, and what I'm going to do with the viewer, you just put this over and you can see what part of this you're going to want to cut out and glue on to make the background. So I might like that area, or I may choose, I want that. Okay, so what we're going to do is make viewers. So all you need to do that is some manila tag or thicker board, whatever you want. You can use the back of a cereal box if that's what you have. Don't go out and buy something new. So what I'm figuring is you want to leave a bit of a border around it, a frame, so to speak. So I'm just going to put the sizes that I have on here for this. Now you could do this for the size of anything, your journal book, your, and basically I'm just going to trace around my items, my 3 substrates that I may be using with my 5x7 Gelli prints. I just want to make a border around this. To make sure that I have enough area around all of them to do. So now what I'm going to do is simply these out. Now you can cut this with a X-Acto knife if that's what you want to do. So I'm just going to cut a window. Don't have my big scissors with me. So I'll be back as soon as I... Okay, so there I have my template windows. Now, if you want, you could just have one window on the page and have everything else blocking out. And you're gonna have to try and see which way if you like that better. Now, I'm thinking also you could paint this black so that there's no color showing through. So I'm just have some of my jelly prints, so I can just go on that and see what I like. Okay, that's not going to work. And I may decide, okay, that's going to be set for something else. So I may decide that this is the perfect size. I might want, you know, I don't want this dark print right here in my print, in my jelly print, but I kind of like that. I might turn it. Well, I really like that one. So I just put the original shape back in, and I'm just going to cut a little excess around the edge. So these are ATCs that I cut from the back of some of the packaging. I'm going to put the black on the back. And there's no reason to gesso these at this stage. You could, if you want, get a good handle. You could be using gel medium if you like. And just set that to dry. So we cut out this one in there and Mod Podged it. So I'm just going to trim. So again, you can go into your office, your studio, and take all your jelly prints, colored papers, failed pages that, you know, just didn't work out. But there's some part of it. There's always something that you are inevitably going to like about part of it. Even the jelly print. Some of it is like, oh, I like this side, or I like this side. So I really like this yellow moon. Somehow I see that as a moon. Now, I may or may not have an idea for it. Now, if you do have an idea, when you're arranging this for a focal point or for something in the page, simply take a post-it note, and of course I don't have one right here. Write down your ideas, like the moon idea, use it for a landscape, whatever, and then toss it in the pile. You may decide to use that, you may not, just as you see fit. So here's the tag. Now I can decide, do I want this? Do I want this even on more off center? And I'm kind of looking in the viewfinder. Now, if you don't have a video camera set up, because, well, we're not all making videos, use your camera. You know, take a picture of each kind of setup, how you like it, then go back and compare. Do I like that one? You know what? I kind of like the offset one better. And it's easy peasy to do that. So let's do offset. I kind of like this white circle up at the top. So that's going to be fairly close to the top. So again, I'm just placing that on. And I'm just going to put a line at the top, just so I know which is the top, and I will give myself some excess later. I'll be back when this is cut out.
So now I'm just speeding up the video a little bit and showing you as I do a few more jelly prints using my viewfinders. Again, I just find one I like, line it up, and you know, you could trace it, but I find I don't like having that there. I find it very helpful to have one mark at the top so you know where to line it up, and then leave the excess around the edges. Kind of like the white space on that one. So here I'm just lining up some of these other jelly prints, and I'm thinking, okay, are these going to work? Is this going to work? And just seeing. Some of them, nothing grabs you. So I just toss it back into the pile, and it'll be used for paper piecing or collaging at a later date. So I find sometimes once you frame it in this way, it just really bumps it up, and you suddenly get ideas. So there I'm marking the top, putting the tracer on, and then just cutting. Leaving that little bit of excess. And like I said earlier, when I go and do a whole bunch of these, I select them, cut them out, and glue them kind of in a assembly line kind of process. And that saves time and makes the brush not get all clogged up because it's been sitting in air drying and stuff. Just checking the edges, making sure they stick. Using a credit card to kind of smooth out and make sure that the glue all adheres. So these ATCs and iCads and tags that I have put backgrounds on, you never know, you may see these in upcoming videos where I decide how to take them from this stage to the next step. How do I decide what to do? If you're interested in me doing that kind of video, please leave it a comment in the comment section and say, yeah, I want to see you do this ATC or this one. What are you going to do here? Thinking that would be something that would be interesting, how you take it to the next step. How do you decide? Thank you again for joining me on this NaNoJouMo journey. It's been a bit of a struggle, I have to admit. Lots going on, but that's life. You do what you can and have fun doing it. and always keep going back into the studio and having fun. Thanks again.